Thank you for working with me. We got all the backbench contributions in. It's now to the front benches, and I come to the Liberal Democrat spokesperson, Luke Taylor.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Honourable Member for Croydon East for bringing this debate, because youth services are critical infrastructure in our communities. They are not luxuries. They are not nice-to-haves. They're a vital lifeline, offering young people safety, support and opportunity at a time they need it the most. There can be no doubt that we are, perhaps more than ever before, engaged in a battle for the hearts and minds of young people. There have been debates and panics in this place and throughout the nation for generations concerning the challenges facing young people. But what is different in this moment is the sheer scale of the collapse in physical community spaces and, as we're here to focus on, youth services. There have been many great points raised already, but I want to focus on the most egregious consequence of not protecting and enhancing youth services: knife crime. And in the fight against knife crime in London, these services are vital, because knife crime isn't just a criminal justice issue, it is a public health issue. Like any other public health crisis, the solution lies in early intervention, community-based support and sustained investment. And that starts with our youth services. In the last 15 years, youth services across England have been cut by more than 70%. That is over half of youth centres gone. Thousands of trained youth workers lost and communities left to pick up the pieces. When a youth centre closes, IFS research shows young people aged 10 to 17 become 14% more likely to commit a crime. In areas already battling poverty, inequality and deprivation, a youth centre could mean the difference between safety and tragedy. In London, we saw over 16,000 incidents of knife crime last year. That's thousands of families affected and lives changed forever. We know that young people susceptible to committing this form of violence require sustained relationships with services that can help them choose safer paths. Services that offer children that vital third space when schools are struggling to maintain a learning environment and home is a worryingly hostile place. Services that protect young people's mental health in such troubling environments, and it's indeed fitting we are having this debate during Mental Health Awareness Week. So perpetuating a situation by failing to boost local council finances, whereby many councils have no choice but to cut youth services, is worse than short-termism. It is a failure to allow councils and other key stakeholders in the community to do what they want to do: invest in young people's futures and keep them away from crime. In my constituency of Sutton and Cheam, I've heard that many skilled youth workers are deterred from working in these declining services, not just because they aren't equipped to do their jobs properly, but because the financial pressures mean short-termism in MOPAC grants and a reliance on temporary contracts. Now, we all know that local authorities are under immense pressure. Many are on the brink. And without proper funding from central government, they simply cannot deliver what our communities need. So that must come first. But we Liberal Democrats are calling for more. First, we're calling for a statutory duty on all local authorities to provide youth services and pre-charge diversion schemes for young people up to the age of 25. Right now, access to youth diversion, the very intervention that steers young people away from offending, is a postcode lottery. This is utterly unacceptable. By making this a statutory duty, we ensure every young person in every community can access support before it's too late, not just after a crime has been committed. We also want to see a national youth strategy, one that is co-produced with young people themselves, not cooked up in Whitehall without their voices. If we're serious about solving the knife crime crisis, we must treat young people not as risks to be managed, but as partners in prevention with huge potential to be realised. The public health approach demands early intervention, but early intervention cannot happen if youth services are simply not there anymore.
Call the Shadow Minister.